Senator Warner, can you tell us a little bit about what you know about the strikes overnight in Iran?
I was notified as a member of the Gang of Eight before the strike, but I am totally unsure about what our country's goal is in this potential war. There was no immediate threat to our country, so I believe the president has made a war of choice where he's putting our troops in harm's way. And a week or so ago, he talked about Iran's nuclear threat. Then he's talked about ballistic missiles. Now he's talking about regime change. What is the goal that is worthy enough to potentially start another endless war in the Middle East? I believe it's incumbent for the president to make the case to the American public and Congress about what our goals are. We know that our military is second to none. We need to make sure there is a clear purpose. Usually, when there's a strike, it's in reaction to something. In this case, having seen the intelligence, there is no imminent threat to our country. So I have to believe this is a war of choice by the president. We've seen the history of endless wars in the Middle East, and I don't know if our goal is to get rid of Iran's nuclear capability that the president said he obliterated 7 months ago, to deal with their ballistic missiles, or to do a regime change. And before we put our troops in harm's way, the country deserves those answers, and Congress needs to weigh in.
Sir, a lot of Virginia families have sailors stationed in the Middle East right now. What's your message to them?
My message is, we know those sailors will do their duty. My job is to make sure that they get answers of why their loved ones are in harm's way. I'm going to be down in Hampton Roads tomorrow. I imagine I'm going to be talking to a lot of the parents of these sailors. And I don't have a full answer for them today. The president needs to make that case. And I fear, after the president's efforts in Venezuela and then offending our NATO allies around Greenland, now to start another conflict, where will our allies be? We are much stronger when we have allies, and unfortunately, this president's kind of America alone policy doesn't make America stronger, doesn't make us safer, and sure as heck doesn't help those sailors that are in the Eastern Med.
Great. What are your worries for the next couple of days? What do you think might be ahead?
Well, what I worry is the Iranian regime still has a number of military forces and other offensive capability. I don't know how that will all be knocked out by simply a bombing raid. And if we're talking about regime change, does that mean the president's threatening to put troops on the ground in Iran? I thought he was going to end these endless wars in the Middle East.